Today we're going to explain myofascial cupping. This is probably the modality that we do in our office that we get the most questions about, and so we thought it would be worth doing a video to explain not only what myofascial cupping looks like, but what it does, and to some degree how it works. For myofascial cupping, we use these silicone cups or a hard plastic cup. Some of you might be familiar with glass cups where they use fire to get a negative pressure effect. We do not use fire in our office, so we use silicone or plastic. What this does is it creates a negative pressure, kind of a vacuum, as we release the air from inside this cup. That pulls up on the skin and any of the connective tissue below the skin to a certain degree. And it does one of three things. Research shows us that it decompresses the tissue. So if tissue is really squished together due to an injury or inflammation, it decompresses it and opens it back up, allowing fluid to flow and allowing us to heal better. It draws blood flow to the area, which brings important nutrients to that area, which helps us heal faster. And it also works on a chemical level where it increases the production of a molecule called heme oxygenase, which is our body's innate anti-inflammatory. It's kind of like our body's ibuprofen. So all three of those mechanisms are good things, and that's one of the reasons why we see cupping work so well. Cupping almost all the time is very comfortable. I would almost say painless. I don't think there's rarely a case where we actually have a patient that they find cupping uncomfortable to any degree, and so it's another reason we really like it. I'm going to demonstrate it on my arm. What we do is we find the area of complaint. So let's say maybe on a patient we're working on a carpal tunnel problem. We're going to do cupping in a certain region like this by decompressing the cup. We can do different depths based on that patient. If they're really tender that day, we're not going to push as hard. We might let less air out. And when we do that, as you can see, that cup is on there pretty firmly. I can remove it. We're going to leave it on there for probably a minimum of about 90 seconds. Sometimes we'll use this up to about 10 minutes. And when I take this off, you'll see that's kind of a red area. Most people, when they think about cupping, they're familiar with like Michael Phelps in the 2016 Olympics when he got out of the pool and he had these purple spots on his back. That is that blood flow being recruited to that area, and that's that heme oxygenase molecule under the skin. It's not a negative thing. We don't even call it a bruise because bruises innately are painful, and it's not painful afterwards at all. But that little purple circle, if it does show up, might be there 3 or 4 days. I've seen them last a week. They always go away. They're not permanent, and people don't really have a problem with them. Besides cupping, we have a number of other modalities in our office. So check us out. Go to our website, livewellqc.com, and we hope to see you back here.